Hello everyone, in this video I am going to talk about workspaces briefly. As you know, there is a lot of hidden tools and information within Blender interface. So to be able to present it to you, we have to make a project to explain all these tools and what they do. In the upcoming videos, I will make simple projects to help with that. So let's get started. Workspaces are customizable groups of panels or editors that can be used for specific workflows. A predefined workspaces can be found in the tabs at the top. These are labeled as layout, modeling, sculpting, UV editing, texture painting, shading, animation, rendering, combusting, scripting, and an option to add your own. If you can't see all the tabs, just know that you can use scroll wheel or middle click drag to show more. Simply left click any of these tabs to switch to them and you will notice they look different. The modeling workspaces, used for creating models by manipulating vertices directly. This is why you will notice that the vertices or corners of your mesh are now selectable. That's because the modeling workspace automatically brings you into edit mode instead of object mode, as you can see in the top left corner of the viewport. You can change into edit mode in any workspace you work by changing the value of this drop down menu or pressing the tab key. The Sculpting Workspace is used for creating models by manipulating meshes with a brush. Sculpting is a free-form method of creating models and typically results in higher poly count, not usable for animation. The UV Editing Workspace is used for editing your UV projection maps. This is a very handy tool for texturing your objects, as textures must be represented in 2D, but projected it into a 3D object. You can see the 3D viewport on the right with an object's corresponding UV maps on the left. Texture paint. You can paint on the 3D surface directly and Blender will project your painted texture into a 2D surface based on the UVs. The Shading Workspace, used for manipulating materials, particularly with node-based shaders. The workspace puts your viewport into lock-div mode, showing you in a real time what your shadows would approximately look like at render. The Animation Workspace is created specifically for animators to have all the tools they might need. The 3D viewport is where most of the animation will happen, but the top sheet, which looks similar to the timeline, will be where all of your keyframes manipulation happens. The Rendering Workspace is used for testing or finalizing the output of your file. If you had a recent render, it's likely to be displayed here. It's important to note that this is the same image editor that we see in other workspaces. However, the image selected is render result. The Combusting Workspace is used for post-processing and After Effects that would add beautification to your renders, such as glow, blur, masks, etc. The Scripting Workspace is for those instances where we might have to write some code. The next editor is very flexible. You can download and save files externally, enable syntax highlighting, enable word wrap and word lines, and number of other coding tools. And finally, we have our Create a New Workspace option. This will bring up a few options. You may find some of them are grayed out. This is simply because they already exist in your tab. However, you can select Duplicate Current, which is a great way to start customizing your own. Simply duplicate the workspace and double-click the tab to rename it to whatever you like. If you would like to bring a certain workspace to the beginning of the list for easy access, you can right-click the tab and choose Reorder to Front. You can also remove workspaces from the list by right-clicking and selecting Delete. Keep in mind, if you delete a custom workspace, it will be lost forever. In order to save a custom workspace, I recommend setting up a custom startup file. By opening up a new file, setting up your workspace and then going to File, Default, Save Startup File. Your workspace will then be included in every new Blender file you create. And that's the general summary of how Workspaces works. In the next video, we will start our own projects. Thank you so much for watching. Drop a like and subscribe if you find this video helpful, and I will see you in the next one.